Hey guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the notifications if you want to see more videos and walkthroughs from the EHG community. Thank you very much. What is up, everybody? It's Nikko from the EHG community coming back to you. Excuse me. Excuse me. With another EHG podcast, we're going to be talking about another topic today, and we're going to go ahead and see what you guys believe in this topic. Now, this is a topic that a lot of things that especially I wonder about, especially a lot of people have talked about in certain areas. It's coming into like supporting, your content creators, especially when it comes to like, musicians, artists, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, any type of streamers, Facebook streamers, Call of Duty streamers, or any type of streamers that, do anything of that, like, SoundCloud users, Spotify, and etc. It goes to a point like, if you have to like something, like if you want to go ahead and like, support something that you like, like for instance, if you like this person's content, you really love the way he interacts with someone, of course support them. That's really, the choice that you support. It's based on what you like. It's based on like, what interests you, what gets you to come back constantly, and the interaction with said community or said streamer or content creator that actually brings you back to wanting to support them even more. My thing is like with like it comes to a point sometimes where it comes to large content creators and small content creators. I think there's a lot less supporting of small content creators, especially, because they're not that big of a name. Obviously, you get like people like that get a major large amounts of support, which like, like Just Minx, you get people like Jacksepticeye, Ninja, you get, PewDiePie, Game Grumps, and of course all of them start off from, being a smart person in a small world. Like for instance, like all of them start off being small streamers, and with that they end up starting, they start doing things like that. And in regards to doing things like that, they you know they get to a point where there's just like, hey, you know what, now, I have a large following. People start supporting things like subscribing or following them, or even subscribing to their Twitch to make payments, monthly payments, or even like, following on YouTube, which makes monthly payments too, which is actually pretty cool, which actually helps them out with a certain amount. They also make, revenue based on how long they stream or how much the views of their videos get. And of course it starts out, but it goes to a major extent where if you are a supporter and you don't like where a big content creator is going, and because that sometimes happens, especially when it comes to like supporting a big content creator, sometimes people stray from what they become famous from. Like certain TikTokers, like now TikTokers want to be actors or musicians and everything. But some of them got famous over comedy skits, which there are barely any anymore. There's one that used to actually get very famous, especially from how she used to be good at twerking, but she no longer twerks no more. She's actually a very good actor. She becomes an actor. She becomes like, trying to do more acting, which is actually pretty cool, and it extends from, showing that they're multi-talented. But then a lot of people stop supporting because of the fact that, the big streamers or like, start straying away from what they originally became. Like one thing that that's weird to me is that, like, especially like, YouTubers like PewDiePie starts off doing like horror games, and like starts doing like video games left and right, and that's what he was known for. And then it gets to a point where like, he gets told like, hey, this is a very famous game. He tries to go ahead and gets a game recommended to him. He does amazing with that. But then it goes to things like talking about like news and getting more political, and like that's not really something that in my opinion, that I would want to watch. That's why I stopped watching PewDiePie, because it's like, oh, now he's becoming a reaction video, a reaction channel. Like, I don't want to see like this reaction channel. I don't want to see constant reaction channels, because guess what? It's it gets to a point where it gets ridiculous. It's like, I don't want to see this. Like, I don't want to see this reaction channel. I don't want to see constant reactions. My channel is based off of, like, doing things like podcasts. It is based off of reactions, but like mostly about like gaming. I don't like do things about political wise. I don't react like unless it's like something very unique. Like, I reacted on epic rap battles of history. I got a good amount of views, but I don't want to be known as a reaction channel. I'm mostly based on, being walkthroughs, doing gaming podcasts, gaming interviews for like YouTubers and stuff like that, and even providing, like, like old school gaming commentary, like with people like with that Leche and like other people. And it goes to a point where it's like, I don't want to be known for that channel. I don't want to be known as a reaction channel. Like, if I have reactions, it's based off of gaming stuff, and I don't want my channel to be based off of my reaction channel. A lot of my videos are based off of walkthroughs. My Overwatch Toxic series for playing Overwatch, and I would say a lot of my podcasts, like a lot of my podcasts, is based off of that. And I don't want to be known as a reaction channel. There's like millions and millions of those, and reaction channels are great, but then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I don't want to be known as someone that gets views because someone is reacting to me reacting to another video. I don't want to be known as that. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to be known as that. But yeah, like when it comes to like supporting like the big content creators, sometimes they go off the area, like off to where they started off, because they want to branch into something new, and then it leads to like less of support. But then there are those small channels, like the small content creators, that stay with who they are and stay with what they choose to be. And sometimes they don't even get the shine, or even the I would say even the love for what they're doing. Like, it's no longer there, and it sucks. It really does suck sometimes, because, like, they won't get the support either because of how their video looks, how their stream looks. Um, even with things like in regards to, like, oh, you're not playing this specific game at a certain time, or even in regards to things like, hey, you know what? You are not as big as a name as this guy, or oh, your camera does not look as good as this. They can't get that support, or like in any type of way, because sometimes viewers are picky. So I would recommend to those who view, just don't be so picky like that. Look at the content. If you don't like the content, you don't have to like the content. But look at the content and try to support small content creators, because at the end of the day, some of them actually support and even interact a lot more with their fans than the big content creators do. And it gets to a point where, like, new YouTubers especially don't show enough support or show enough respect to the fans that actually got them there. And it gets to a major point where sometimes, like, even I question sometimes the support that I give. Like, in certain areas, like, I question sometimes the support I give to like the Game Grumps, because Game Grumps, like, as great as they are, as funny as they are, it gets to a point where it's like, why am I supporting a content creator that bitches about Sonic games, but it's just by looking at him, or bitches about a game that is famous or that is known for great gameplay, but we look at his gameplay and he's constantly fucking up. So it's like that's just annoying. For me, I complain like here and there about like certain gameplays, but then it's like, you know what, maybe I'm doing wrong, but then that's just my thing about it. But here's another thing that with support which sucks, and that's sometimes from companies. Big companies have always a tendency of giving, big content creators free shit to play a game. I don't see why. I don't. Because literally it goes to a point where why is it so important for a big YouTuber to get a key for a game that they don't even play? Okay? I play Overwatch a constant lot. I play Overwatch constantly. I even have videos like Overwatch Toxic video, even montages of playing the game. I even interviewed a guy who literally is based off of a lot of Overwatch content, and he goes by OG Pure. You can look at that interview on my videos on my YouTube channel. But the thing is, a lot of small creators don't get the support from big companies when they are the ones that are supporting the company majorly. Like, I don't see why Pokimane gets a key over this small streamer that gets a lot of views based off the content it is. Oh, because she has a big following. Who the fuck cares? Who cares? Because at the end of the day, they'll play it that one time and they'll probably never play it again. That's a major thing, especially where a company like Blizzard doesn't really need those big streamers to go ahead and push out their game. It's Blizzard. Overwatch became a big thing at first because of its name alone. And now since it's part of Microsoft, now the fact that Microsoft can actually push out the game. And it freaking sucks that big companies want to support that. And a lot of people shit talk the companies that are actually giving them the freaking games. Like, for instance, like, if you give XQC, a guy who's been constantly banned from Overwatch, guy who has been in Overwatch League and kicked off because of his idea, complain that Overwatch League doesn't take care of the players, and you give him a stream key, it's like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? I would have never given him a stream key. I would have made him put his email account there, and then get into the thing right there. I would have made him wait. I would have made him wait and queue up for that and to see if he got a stream key. I even queued up with my email. Some people who do the Overwatch content queued up for their emails, never got into it. And especially some of them are console players. And the fact that, they didn't get the support kind of sucks. And what's even lame, even if it's not Overwatch content, small streamers don't get a lot of support, which they should, because they're not playing the high end games. Like for instance, if I'm not playing Call of Duty Warzone, I'm not gonna get a lot of views. I don't want to fucking play Warzone. That shit sucks. If I'm not playing Valorant, I'm not gonna go ahead and get a lot of views. I don't like Valorant. If I'm not playing Dead by Daylight during this time, I'm not gonna play fucking Dead by Daylight. Like things like that don't interest me. I play things from Ninjala, which I get a good amount of views and I get a lot of support. I play things like Pokemon Unite. I get support here and there. I play other games like Mario Kart, which is surprisingly that nobody fucking goes ahead and grabs. Which I'm surprised that nobody even takes a look at. And then as being a variety streamer, I do random games and I don't get support because of that. And then it goes to a point where it's like, oh, you know what? If you're not playing Dead by Daylight, if you're not playing this this Call of Duty game, if you're not playing the Overwatch 2 beta, then you're not gonna get a lot of views. It's like, I don't want to have to go ahead and play something that I don't enjoy. That's a major thing with content creators. Sometimes they do things that they don't enjoy, and then they don't like content creation anymore. And then the problem is, like, when some viewers get to a point where, hey, you know what? Like, we're not gonna watch you anymore because you're not playing this and that. Then they get to a point where it's like, oh, content creation is not fun anymore. Like, I get, like, if you have, like, a certain content creator and you like to support them, fine. But Like, I'm not gonna go ahead and play Warzone or play Dead by Daylight or Valorant if I don't enjoy them. I will not do it. I refuse. Especially with me, like, I will not support certain games. Like, I won't support Call of Duty because of how shitty the freaking passes are, where they give you weapons that are 10 times better. I find that to be highly ridiculous. Um, I will not support Valorant because their skins are like absolutely like butt nuts expensive. Like, I would not fucking do that. And I won't play Dead by Daylight because I find the game boring. And I find a lot of things like trolling because if one survivor is gone, like if one survivor AFKs, like God forbid something happens, the killer will stop and let the person have the win. It's like, okay, that's great, but that's not really the killer's fault of the fact that if somebody goes AFK. But that is a nice gesture. But then there are some of those guys that get massively upset when you play killer, and then all of a sudden, oh, you know what, you're a try hard. No, you're not trying hard enough. That's just a major thing with that. And like when it comes to Twitch, YouTubers, musicians, and artists, and getting support, please support them in any way that you can, that's possible. They're not. And I'm not saying that you have to support them in this way. Just try to support them in this way if possible, if you're able to. Um, I mean, like, with a follow. Sometimes leave them a like. For Twitch streamers, like, like if you could possibly get into their streams, by all means pop in a little bit. And this is not trying to say that like nobody does this. It's just saying that, like, some areas of that they cannot achieve like the way you want them to achieve without your help, because your help is very, very important to them. um there's musicians that do a lot of things like Spotify. Sometimes they make beats for people. Do not ask for free beats. Pay for the beats. Like, they're literally making money off of that. Don't go ahead and ask for free beats and stuff like that. And don't try to give them free promotion if you're not that big of a name. Um, if you want to promote them, pay the money for the beat or pay the money for the song and then promote them. It shows a lot of respect for that. Artists, whatever the price they are, or if they're willing to negotiate, pay them that fucking price. Even being a freelance artist like I am, sometimes managing a price or getting a certain price for my artwork is a pain in the fucking ass. I like sometimes I get to a point where it's like I don't understand why people will not pay these artists that bust their ass or work their ass off like at least $15 for artwork. There's some guys that do like actual hand paintings and add in LED lights and be like, hey, 200 bucks, 200, $300. They're like, oh, that's a lot of money for a painting. Like, well, do you understand how long and how much time they put in? So yes, pay 200, $300 fucking dollars. If you can't pay for it, then you don't get the artwork. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Like, it's like, if you can't do something like that, then you shouldn't. Then you're not supporting the content creator. You like, if you want them to be big, then you have to go ahead and give them the support back. Like, they will be like, some content creators will not give you a fucking thing, but some of them will actually try to go ahead and give you as much as they can. But it's literally vice versa. It's a give. It's a give situation here. Like, I'm very grateful at least if I have two viewers. I'm very grateful at least if I have like 2 or 3 views on my videos. Sometimes I get more than that. I'm very grateful for that. Even if I get negative comments, sometimes I have to erase the comments, but even though I'm grateful for the comments. But to a point that it's like, there's no way a small creator that you want, that you like, can get better if you don't support them. Sometimes even, you know, content creators get a little bit stingy with the support, which is not fair. The supporters, like, the followers have to support in only the way that they can. But then there's some people that are able to help out in a certain way that the content creators need. Like for instance, like, how like every time when the video pops up, like a brand new video pops up, and they're like, hey, you know what, guys, now YouTube is doing this. Now we need more likes on this video. Which something that I need to do. I kind of need a lot of likes in this video. For those who watch, thank you very much. If you watch, please leave a like on these videos, because the more likes, then the more that these videos get recommended. Or like if you get like less dislikes, or if you get like more views and no subscribers, like they actually start doing that now because they need that type of support. That's what I mean, like that type of support coming from the people who are subscribers and followers. But that's just what I think about, like, stuff like that. In the comments, by all means, let me know what you guys think. I would love your opinion on this. As I said, this is all opinionated. This is not factual. This is all opinionated from my side. Definitely subscribe to the EHG community. Definitely turn your notification for when we get new streams and new videos set out. Definitely join us on our Facebook group, our Discord channel. Make sure to go ahead and check out our merchandise and follow us on Glimish. But this is Nico from the EHG community. Stay tuned for another episode of the EHG podcast. And remember, there's always something amazing on the horizon.